Yo, we have some Korean Contenders leaks where we know the rosters for the qualifying round, which means we also know which players have not been signed to an Overwatch League team as of right now. So that means they're not going to be in the original 5 of a lot of teams, but the deadline to sign your 6th player isn't until mid-April-ish. So there's still a chance for a lot of these guys to make it onto there. But there are some names that I would have anticipated to find a spot in the league. For example, Team Diamond, Sad, Seonjin, Jasmine, Inhyuk, Boonjo are players that were in Contenders last season or Owl last season that are returning to Contenders. So there are players here that weren't there last season. I didn't expect them to go to Owl anyway, so I'm not going to touch on them. But I'll touch on the ones that were in Korean Contenders or Owl. So those 5 players, I think Sad could have been an interesting pick for a lower tier APAC team. Maybe a Shanghai wanted to take a gamble on him or something like that. I thought he had some pretty good mechanics, but he was a pretty rough prospect overall. And Elite has Illicit, Minute, and Slime. You could have expected maybe a Slime if you wanted to. I kind of doubt it. Nothing really surprising there. Dreamers having Spectra, EasyHan, Dreamer, and Liga. That's a little surprising to me. I thought Spectra could have found a roster. He was rumored to go to Houston very early, but that was just completely false, I think. EasyHan, kind of sad because I thought he had a pretty decent season on the Valiant, all things considered. Because he had some pretty good moments, especially towards the end. I thought he could have made another run on a different team, but whatever. I guess not. Dreamer, I'm not surprised about, and Liga, it would have been easy to say that he would go to Spark, but maybe he said, you know what, I've been on the Spark for too long, and I am going to remove myself from them. And there are some other rumors, such as Elsa joining and coming out of retirement to the Spark, so it does make sense that Liga wouldn't be there. Yoppin on Gout, which is just a funny-ass name. I didn't really have any expectations for him. Then you get Korean Typhoon. This is a big one. You got Arrow, whatever. Valentine, Finale, Muse, Peppy, Simple, and Aiden. I thought that Valentine, Finale, Muse, Simple, Aiden, all of them could have found a team somewhere. Especially Simple. Simple, to me, was the most hyped up flex support prospect, in my opinion, that could have made it to Owl. And I thought he would have landed on a team like the Fusion, or not the Fusion, the Infernal. I thought he could have been a better option for a lot of teams that weren't going to get a very high quality flex support. And it's like, damn. It's just not going to happen anymore. I'm going to continue to hope that Simple makes it to a team because I think he's very good, but we'll see. And then Aiden, it's a main support. It's hard to judge in Contenders especially, but I thought Aiden was decent. Venom doesn't have anyone that was in Owl or Contenders last season. Then you have NT with Hidden, Premier, Arpen, and Lego. Hidden, I think, is pretty decent. I think Lego's pretty good too from Panthera, but it is what it is. Arpen doesn't impress me too much, and if he wasn't going to be a Soul Infernal member, I didn't think he would be anywhere. So with Mag being signed, it kind of takes away him. And then Bofa, perhaps, having Search, which was the backup to Aiden, so nothing crazy there. And nothing crazy on Junk, or Jungle, or Jungkook, or whatever the hell that is. So yeah, looking at options that are still available, the Korean options at least. You have players like Victoria, Gurio, Xe, Kilo, Hisu. You got Probe, you got Prophet, Alien, Sino, Aid, Verapic, Develop, and Tugan for Hitscan. Now, Hisu's the big one. Hisu is the last real big fish, I would say, out of the Hitscan options. Alien also extremely good. Alien and Hisu are the 2 big ones left. And the fact that we don't see an Alien, because he is just barely of age to play Owl, because you need to be 17 when the season starts. So it doesn't matter if you turn 17 halfway through. The rule is you have to be 17 by April whenever the season starts, right? So Alien will make that cut, and Hisu is Hisu. So those are the 2 really big ones. Because there's no Alien in Contenders, I'm pretty confident he's going to be on the team, which is huge because he is probably one of the only other non-O2 Blast players, him and Top Dragon, I would say, that have a legitimate shot of being a Rookie of the Year candidate. He's saying Junbin, Max, those are your big guys that you're kind of expecting to make a run for that, but Alien, Top Dragon are the next 2. I would have included Simple in there, but it seems like he didn't do well in Trials or something. In terms of flex DPS, there's still Venom out there. Choice Hit 1's supposed to move the charge, I believe, so not him. Doha, you can do Becky, you could get Although, Assassin. Then you got nice Top Dragon not in any of these lists, which makes me believe Top Dragon could be on a team because he is also quite young. Then that's about it. Haxall could be somewhere, I guess, but I doubt Haxall will go to Contenders anyway. So Top Dragon's basically the big name there for me. I think Venom could probably find his way on a team also. I think any team that maybe is questioning a Tracer Genji comp or something like that, or just their Tracer player in general, Venom would be very useful. Maybe he could end up on a Houston. Sounds pretty good to me for Venom. I know Junkbuck was talking today on the GG Recon interview that he trusts Happy on his Tracer, but still, I'm like, you know what? I trust Venom more. So there's that. But yeah, Top Dragon, very hyped to see where he goes. I'm looking at Shanghai. I'm looking at these teams that could use a fucking insane flex. Maybe. For the main tanks, not a lot going on there. Most of them have returned. For Korean main tanks, just still like Bellatrix, Fate, It's All, Marvel are probably the ones you're looking at. Marvel's probably the biggest fish there. I think he was very good in the limited playtime he had on Boston and the Valiant, so I like to see him find something. In terms of off tanks, Tuyu and Protect are still out there, which are big names. Piggy hasn't gone anywhere. Yuri, probably I would expect a retirement, and Hoppa. So Hoppa's definitely going to be on the team because he always is. Then you got Tuyu, I think is going to be great, so I'd like to see him somewhere as well. And the fact that he's not in any of these teams leads me to believe, you know what, there's a pretty good chance he could be somewhere. SPG reunion on Seoul, you know, kind of thing. Because there have been some Lee Soo-min rumors to Seoul. Pull up Top Dragon, pull up Tuyu, why not? In terms of flex supports, there's still a lot because, as I said, Lee Soo-min not on any of those teams. A Peach, a Half Off, we're two different players. You have Half, I think that's funny. None of them are there. Neither is Slay. A lot of flex supports still available, but also a lot of Owl flex supports are available, right? Because there's creative still going places. Iris has been rumored to New York, I believe. No, Washington maybe? I don't know. I think maybe Washington. I know in the Washington teaser of the roster announcements tomorrow, the first player is an I, so I'm like Iris, but maybe that's fake. God's still out there. Krillin Skewed needs to go somewhere. So there's lots of flex supports, but lots of teams benefit from 2 flex supports, so it kind of makes sense. And then main supports, Opener, Hyunjae, Sanguinar, and Yangjin are there, and then the rest of them are here. So I'd say Opener should be able to find a location, a team somewhere. I think he was kind of underrated on the Justice. Anyway, kind of just like a little update with that kind of takes a lot of names off the board for at least this initial 5. Yeah, I thought it was interesting. I'm very surprised to see Simple down here. That's the biggest surprise for me, is seeing Simple down here. Muse, I would have anticipated maybe to find a team because of how limited the main tank selection is, but I guess not. So anyway, let me know who you're surprised to see down there. Do you think these players will actually be on a 6th? Or do you think maybe not? Do you think it's valid to have Muse, Simple, those kind of players down there? I don't know. I'm surprised. I believe in Simple. He'll be back. Anyway, have yourself a good one. Deuces.